Hello everyone, my name is MrNJersey and welcome to my channel. Now in this video we're going to be covering the big announcement that developers just announced here in Stormworks. But before we get started in this video, if you are enjoying these videos, hit that like and subscribe button, don't forget the little bell icon to be notified from my upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. And while you're watching, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what else you'd like to see in my future videos. So as I said, let's get straight into it and get started with this video. So getting started with this video, we finally have got the major announcement from developers. They have officially now gone and said that on September the 17th this year, they are going to actually be releasing the next major update. And funny enough, that major update is going to be version 1 of Stormworks. This marks the 3-year anniversary since they launched the public alpha. Now, this is a little bit out of the ball. We weren't really expecting it. We were kind of expecting a major update with a bunch of components, but they've gone out now straight ahead and said, this is version 1, they're coming out. Now, this is really cool. They've said here that they've had over 250 updates, over 1,400 years worth of gameplay from the actual users, and over 70,000 workshop creations have been shared over on the Steam Workshop. This is absolutely incredible. And of course, they want to bring this to the next level. And with that, we are getting version 1.0. Now with this, they have mentioned that obviously this is a little bit like 2-3 months out. So we're still obviously going to wait until September 17th to get that. Along with that, features. What are we getting? We are getting a ton of features with version 1. Now they've said that first off, we're getting the handheld equipment. Now, this pretty much means that we have first person where we can actually see our own body in game. This is something completely brand new. Obviously beforehand it was just, we could just see like as if we were just looking at our eyes. We couldn't see our actual body. So we can actually now see our own body. We get 5 inventory slots and we also get 18 new handheld items with that. Now we've already covered the handheld items. We've gone into quite a lot of detail and spoken about it in quite a bit of videos, but we're getting, in a recap, we're getting new rope, we're getting medical equipment, navigation equipment, radio mechanics, and a whole bunch of things that are going to add on to the search and rescue gameplay. Now with this, we're also going to get extinguishers, binoculars, night vision, compass, defibrillators, first aid kits, flare guns, flares, ropes, cables, hoses, flashlights, radios, welders, and much more. So tons of handheld equipment. Really, really cool. We're getting, along with that, we're also getting the new procedural missions. Now the devs have said that they've completely reworked how missions work in game. These are going to be completely dynamic and they're going to be something we're not expecting. Now, at the moment, we have certain amount of missions and they pretty much are exactly what they are. You can replay them 1,000 times and they're exactly the same. They have said that these missions are going to be completely dynamic and they're going to change depending on where you are and how you're playing the game. These missions will be obviously very dependent on where you are and they're going to change. So it will be the case where you never will play the same mission twice in game. This is really quite cool and I can't wait to see what else they're going to be doing with this and what other information they're going to be giving with us. This is going to create a much better experience here in Stormworks. Along with that, we're also getting logistic and transport missions. This is something that we've been waiting for ages here in Stormworks. Missions are great. We can go and rescue people, we can go to things, but we wanted to see a more in-depth and more experienced first single player and also a more in-depth mission base in this game. And with the new logistics and transport missions, that is going to help. We will actually have a use case for our cars and our vehicles and our planes and helicopters in game where we'll need to actually go and transport the cargo and stuff around the map and obviously get rewarded for doing that. We also get the new game modes and scripting feature. Along with this, we now allow ourselves to go and make changes to multiplayer. We can also go and script things to happen. Now, the devs have said this new scripting part is really huge. We can create missions and also tutorials based on this new scripting update. Along with this, you can control operation of vehicles, NPCs, missions, weather, UI, pretty much anything you can actually script into the game, which is really cool. Pretty much opens up modding support for the game, which is really quite nice. With that, of course, we can go and make changes to multiplayer and also to our servers, which is also a really cool feature. Now, they have said they've reworked the base rules of the game. Pretty much, we're losing single player mode, and we're also losing our creative mode, as it would call, on the survival mode. Pretty much it's been stripped back to two options. Either we have the very basic game mode, which is going to be like our simple career mode, where it's very hardcore, it's fixed, we have star rescue missions, and that's it. The other option is going to be a custom option. This way we can actually go into our menu and we can just toggle all of our different options on and off as we need it. This is going to be really quite nice. So I'm guessing we're going to be saying goodbye to simple mode from now. Along with that, weather simulation. This was the most recent announcement they've said that we're going to be getting. The new weatherless simulation brings a dynamic localized weather system to Stormworks. That actually is going to be moving around Stormworks. This is going to create, once again, a much more in-depth and more experience to the game, where we're out on missions and we have to avoid weather systems that are coming in, or maybe we can see something's coming in and we have to take the right vehicle to actually complete a mission. So this is going to be really quite cool. Along with this, we get a new tutorial. The dev said with this release, we are getting a brand new tutorial in-game comprising of brand new starter vehicles, starter missions, and a whole bunch of tools to help players get started in game. This is something really nice and I'm really happy to see this. Obviously my channel is based on Stormworks tutorials and that's where I got started. And that was something that was really lacking in the game. So I'm really glad that they're going and paying a little more attention to this, and they are going to be putting in some really cool tutorials in game. More updates for that to come very soon, I guess. Next thing, quality improvements. They said they've been working on and still going to be working on a huge number of quality improvements and fixes for this game. In version 1, there's going to be a significant quality improvements, obviously significant to this milestone of version 1, and they said they're going to continue obviously improving this as the game goes on. For the future of Stormworks, they've got once again a whole bunch of more information for us on this announcement. Now, they said that they are going to be actually bringing out an experimental branch of the game. This is similar to something that we've seen in, for example, Scrap Mechanic. We have the base game, which is publicly, you can go and use it, and you play the game. You can also go and get an experimental branch. This will be a branch where we'll have new features, new updates, and new components that you can go and test whenever you want. So for example, 1 week or 2 weeks before we're expecting an update, we can jump on the experimental branch and actually test features before they even get announced to the public. Really cool feature, especially for those of you that are interested in certain features that are coming out. Whereas if you're just building your vehicles and just playing the game, maybe stick to the public version. That way you know everything is going to work and you're not going to break any of your creations. But really nice that they've gone and added this in. And the last thing, with the launch of version 1, we are increasing the price, or they said they are increasing the price to, looks like $25 for the game, £19 and €20. So quite a big jump. We've seen obviously price increases as the major updates have come out. I think the most recent, I think we're on $14.99 or somewhere around that point. So this is a significant jump. But of course, this is due to version 1 coming out. This is really cool. I'm glad they are pushing the price up. This game is incredible. I have over 2,000 hours. I know tons of people that have over 2,000 hours. So paying that small amount for such an amazing game is definitely worth it. And I think it's a good move to pushing the price up. Now they have said, of course, until we get the version 1.0, the price stays as it is. So if you are looking at picking up this game, pick it up now. Now is the time to pick it up. It is at a reduced price. Well, actually not reduced, but it's at regular price, but it's going up very shortly. So definitely go pick it up now. You will not regret it. I'm telling you that, and I'm sure 100,000 people in the comments right below will tell you right now, get the game. It's definitely worth it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you need to buy before September 17th. Now, I'm sure we are going to see some small updates from now until we get the major update. And then with version 1, we're obviously going to get a ton of features. So expect a ton of content from myself, covering new components, new features, and new tutorials, new everything. We're going to have a ton of content coming, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And then a final little message from developers. Obviously, they can't imagine, or they didn't imagine, that the game would be this big. Obviously, having such a cool community and such really nice community as we do, it's really grown something quite big. Obviously, they are a small little team. They're not a huge team. They're not like EA or anything like that. They are a small little team, and they've done a really good job, I think, especially with the updates they've been bringing out. You know, coming from last year where it was every single week we got an update, to this year where we've gotten every second week, and we've also got information on updates. You know, they've done an incredible job with the amount of obviously staff they have on this, and obviously they're saying a big thank you to us for supporting them along this journey, and also for making comments and suggestions along the way. So that's pretty much about it for this week's announcement. A big change. A really big change here in Stormworks. We're finally getting version 1 and we're getting out of early access. I don't think anyone could have guessed this. It's a big change, and I think it's a really positive change, and I think a lot of players are going to let me know in the comments below that this is a good way to go, and I'm really looking forward to seeing obviously all these new features, from handheld equipment to the weather systems to procedural missions to scripting and modding. All of it, I'm really looking forward to it, including the new tutorial and so on and so forth. But you guys let me know in the comments below, what are you looking forward to the most? Do you think this is a good way to go? What features are you looking forward to the most in getting in this update? But that's pretty much about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it entertaining and informative. And until September 17th, I guess we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen, but we'll see you then, and have a good one.